Should it be the playing area rather than the playing venue, or should it be the playing venue?
That should be the playing venue.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Well, playing venue, that's correct.
Yeah, I use it.
Yeah. Just to speak to Sivan's point, this always comes up, this argument about doctor must have the phone, must have the phone. My counter argument is if a doctor is being rung up, normally it's an emergency, and if they're really a doctor, the result of that game no longer matters as they have other things to do.
By the way, I had 3 times the case that the phone was ringing and the player told me that his wife was pregnant. 3 times already.
Same
Did you deliver the baby?
He's a polygamist. That's an unfair advantage
Okay.
for male players.
By the way, I forgot to mention one sentence. The rules of the competition may specify a different, less severe penalty.
Do you need the words less severe though?
Less severe.
Or can you just say different?
No, because they might make a more severe one. We'll cut off your left hand.
Throw you out of
Eddie.
the tournament.
Very small point. Second last sentence says the opponent shall win, and then it says see something for the opponent's result.
Yes.
Do you mean see something for the opponent's score? Because the result is a win,
No.
No.
but not necessarily 1
But
point.
I have no problem to change to score.
It's the same word.
Yeah.
But you may only be giving the opponent a draw if he's only getting a
Yeah, we know that.
Give him a win.
Yes, so the opponent shall normally win.
It's a difference between
However,
result
see
and
Article
score.
6.9 to
I
confirm.
think
You
so.
think normally should be there?
Yes.
Oh, do you? I understand now.
Half is,
I think
could be
the
a
whole
winning
thing, 1-0
score or a
is a
drawing
result.
score.
Yes.
Yes.
and 1 or 0 is a score.
Or half result.
This is okay. Now I understand.
And if you're reading it, the opponent shall win, you might just stop reading then.
We could. So you think the word normally should be between shall and win? That's okay.
I'm still in favour of repeating the shortened version.
Yeah,
of
okay.
6.9.
No, we've agreed to that.
Yeah, okay.
But we haven't done it because it
You
takes
mean
time.
shall win, comma, however?
No,
Is it better?
no, all,
The opponent shall win.
no, normally.
No, it's correct.
The suggestion is the opponent shall normally win, however, see Article 6.9. So it's the default case, but it's not an absolute case.
The opponent shall normally win.
Or you mean normally the opponent shall win?
Yes.
No,
Yes, yes. Normally the front is
to normally win.
No. Shall win unless Article 6.9 is added.
But
Yes.
No,
Then you have
last sentence of this.
no. The question is, shall we have normally or not?
Yes, we've agreed that.
Did we agree already?
Yes, we don't need a vote, do we? Where we put them,
I think on top. Normally.
at the start. All right.
That's true.
Normally. However, see, blah blah blah. The rules, any comment about B? No.
Yes,
Semicolon.
cell phones these days are very difficult to switch off completely unless it's in the manufacturer's interest to keep them on, or that they can emit noises for a variety of reasons. And if it's disturbance we're worried about with these things, well, watches give off more sound than a battery alert failure from your phone that's in your knapsack, or if someone bumps into your belongings and your phone accidentally powers up. Is that your fault? Do you get forfeited because somebody hip-checked your phone? So it strikes me that the arbiter should have a little bit of discretion. Phones are a double threat. There is the nuisance of the noise, and then there's the transmission of information. Those are two different problems with the cell phone.
May I refer to Article 12.5? Sorry,
Yes.
it is covered in 12.5, what you mentioned.
We put the word normally in.
No, wait.
If there was something abnormal.
No.
12.5.
It is forbidden to the last. This includes unreasonable claims of the introduction of a source of noise into the playing hall.
Yeah.
It is a source of noise.
Yeah.
So we're going to start attacking wristwatches now.
If
We
people
always
complain,
did.
you can always.
It can be.
Women in high.
But what I mean is, it is more or less covered in 12.5, what you made there.
More or less, but it is much more strict in the case of the cell phone. It's an automatic forfeit. Here, the arbiter has some discretion. I'm hoping the arbiter will have some discretion with the phone.
It is, it says.
Can we
fine
go
less
to the
severe
rules
penalty.
of competition? This
Okay, sorry.
sentence
There's an extra line there.
Well,
radical. The rules of competition may specify a different, less severe
okay,
penalty.
thank you.
I'm very much in favour of that. If we have the London Chess League, we cannot ban cell phones. What's more, there's no arbiter present. So I don't, what it says at the moment is contrary to the laws of chess. And then it goes on to say what the rule is about mobile phones. I like to get it so you say contrary to the laws of chess less and less. I want everybody to play according to the laws of chess. That's an objective I have. And I hope the whole meeting does.
Mr. Bowman.
Does this draft, like you've got B, arrest that it is evident that such a device is not completely switched off the patient rules in that. And then you have the rules of the competition may specify a different, less severe penalty. Now, does that allow for the rules of the competition to say that if your phone rings, you lose, but if it's evident in some other way that your device is not completely switched off, you don't? So for instance, more, not so much a less severe penalty, but a more conditional response. Because I think that such a device, if it is evident that such a device is not completely switched off, that includes something like walking past and seeing that someone's phone on. You could say, oh, it's evident that my opponent's phone is on, I win the game. So I just wonder if that wording allows a different response as well as a different penalty.
Yeah, for instance, you can give a fine.
Yeah.
It can be
But
written in the rules.
also to make the offence less general, and instead of making the penalty less severe. I mean, if we all think that that's what that means, then that's fine. I can say everybody here thought that's what that means. But if not, maybe it should say a different, less severe response, or something like that. I just think that it seems as that is worded that all you can do is have a penalty, and you must apply it to any situation, whatever your penalty is, where a device is not completely switched off.
Sure.
That's my concern.
It's perfectly clear, and the rules of the competition may specify different less severe penalty, and you might just say in your rules of competition, if the phone rings, this is your penalty, if the phone beeps, this is your penalty, etc., etc. It's up to the organisers. They have that power to
It shows a light.
Yes.
Yeah. Does everyone agree with Sean about that?
That seems so.
Does anyone not agree with him?
Okay.
May I suggest the wording of the last sentence to be the rules of a competition may specify a different, less severe consequences instead of
But we have it in
Penalties
English.
in the rules.
penalty.
Penalty is what's defined in the rules.
Penalty is fine.
Christian?
Just have three remarks. First, it's very dangerous to open the door. Yeah. Secondly, a player once said he has to keep this mobile phone on because he expects a call to get a new kidney, then he has to go. I said, and I do it the same in similar cases, it's your risk. If you get a call from anybody other, you lose, and if you get a call for your kidney, you have to go. Or anyway, you have to lose. So it's your risk. And the third point is, I am in a tournament with 200 players, amateurs. The smallest, the boy with 10 years, the youngest player came to me and said, my opponent is outside and the bar and is phoning. He's talking. I went out, so heard he is friendly speaking with his wife is nothing cheating. But what shall I tell to the boy? Shall I tell him, you are right, but I do nothing?
If that's what you want to do, yes.
He's cheated again.
He's going against the laws of chess.
But
That's why we have
Okay.
arbiters.
I understand, Christian, you like to delete the sentence, the rules of competition may specify a different.
no,
lesson.
it's okay, but it should be used very strictly.
I might say that in the United States, the general rule is a time penalty for the first offense, not loss of the game for the first offense. And it's very hard when you have, as I say,
As a matter of
500
fact,
or
this is already
600 players
practice.
and you-
This is what you mean.
We're already
This
doing
already
that.
is practice.
yes.
A Tata tournament in Wijk aan Zee, it is a penalty for professional players.
Mhm.
And so here,
Is it implied that the rules of a competition would be the published in advance rules?
of course, always.
Okay.
So if the rules of the competition, which were published in advance, said, if it audibly rings, ding, 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 you lose the game. If it vibrates, there is no penalty.
You could have that.
No, it is.
Or you could have a warning,
Yes.
or whatever you like.
Use your best judgment.
It is not switched off.
Can everybody agree? Can everybody agree? Article 12.3b is okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Another aspect, do you really mean playing venue
Yeah.
and not the playing ball?
Sorry.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Was this?
A player is forbidden to have a mobile phone in the playing venue.
Everywhere.
Even he may not have this mobile in the toilets. This is written here. You like that he has a mobile not in the playing hall but in the toilet?
So what do you do if you come along to the tournaments and have forgot to leave your phone home?
Just
Leave it
needs to
on
be
or
switched
take
off.
it with you.
You have your mobile with you. Yeah? Okay, it should be switched off.
I do not completely agree with the last sentence.
Okay.
What happens if rule of competition specifies that your mobile phone can ring
Yes.
and you got 10 minutes less?
Yes.
It's okay. If in the same round it happens for 2 or 3 times to the same player, arbiter has the right to apply a more severe penalty.
But it's covered in small point
Is,
one.
No, but
No, the rules of the tournament we need to see.
No, not 12.1,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
12.8, 12.8, persistent refusal by a player to comply with the laws of chess shall be penalized loss of the game.
Can you not just take out less severe?
No, because somebody could be.
No.
They'll do more severe ones. We don't want them to do that. We've already said that.
He often signs that mobile phones will be stood on.
Yeah. We used to do that, that's perfectly true.
Carol?
I have no complaint with the text. I only wanted to mention to everyone that the problem is not always the telephone ringing and disturbing other people in the tournament. It's someone who has the sound turned off, but he's texting under the table. And if the arbiter sees, or somebody else, another player sees this person texting under the table,
Do you
he
think
also can
it's,
lose the game, right?
do you think it's possible that such a device is not completely switched off?
Yes, I'm just saying,
So
I have
it's
no
covered.
problem with the text. I have no problem with the text. I've just, everyone's thinking about the mobile phones ringing, and there are other ways that.
No, sorry,
if
but
it's evident.
no, it is no, if it is evident.
Mhm. Yes,
it
no,
turns
it's
out
fine.
not.
I've
I
seen
think it-
people.
No, I
Definitely.
agree, it's fine.
Okay. Can everybody agree?
Yes.
I think 12.3c. No complaint, I guess. 12.4. The spectator has no access to a playing area normally. 12.5. is not new. 12.6 is new.
Can you push it up to the top?
It goes on top. A player shall have the right to request from the arbiter. Down?
Just a little bit.
Oh.
Unless we take the proper way.
Yeah, that's good.
A player shall have the right to request from the arbiter an explanation of particular point in the laws of chess.
Excellent.
Yes, great idea.
Mrs. Long.
I'm opposed to this because, you know, these guys don't ask very good questions.
You are?
I'm against this.
Okay, we noticed it. Thank you.
Eddie.
Anybody else? Eddie?
I have nothing against 12.6, but sometimes I'm tempted when there are young players to explain some points in the laws of chess. Does the arbiter have the right to offer an explanation even if not requested?
You know, I think especially in youth tournaments, I think the arbiter should also be teach.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's covered in my
guidelines,
which for some reason or other got shunted to the Events Commission, and for some reason or other got ignored by the Events Commission.
I was wondering what happened to that.
Yeah.
Okay, we agree to?
Yes.
No, you don't agree?
Just question the number 6.
No.
About which one?
Yeah, well.
Arbiters in the first line are to decide relating to the rules, not to declare them. And maybe the arbiter has the competence to do so if a player asks him. But what 12.6 is again, 12.6 is entitles the player. I think that's too far.
So a player, a perfectly normal player, doesn't quite understand the repetition rule, so he asks the arbiter for clarification of that, and there are some arbiters who would say, no, that's giving you advice. And we've had that situation before, and we're clearing it up, that he can ask for that information.
A well-known story is that somebody came, no, it was Averbach even, came to an arbiter and asked him, may I castle because my rook on A1 is attacked. May I castle in this case?
But I think it's a difference between the arbiter is allowed to explain the rules, or the player shall have the right, is entitled to request an explanation.
He's entitled to request it.
Too far,
He's entitled to request it,
What's
and
for
the
why
arbiter is entitled to say no.
If he doesn't have an explanation.
I've done that.
Then I would delete the
I've done that.
You want to delete what? What is your proposal? The whole article? Or?
Then you can delete the whole article.
If
the arbiter is entitled to say no, I don't, then why shall I write it down?
Albert?
I have a question of the order of the articles, because 12.7 includes 12.6, and I don't see how 12.6 could ever lead to a penalty. So I would put 12.7 as 12.6 and 12.6 as 12.7.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Could be a particularly stupid question.
It's still there.
True.
So, sorry to be devil's advocate on that one, Albert. The person could be asking every single move to explain the rules, and this would lead to a penalty for disturbing the opponent.
Yeah, but that's even literally, that's not an infraction of 12.6. That would be under disturbing the opponent, which is, I think, 12.5.
Okay. I agreed with you, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Okay, can we think about that one? Decide. It's a fine point.
General opinion of about 12.6 versus 12.6.
The ones
Yeah, it will be renumbered as well. I think that will be 10. Who's in favor to keep this proposal as written here? You commission? Okay, thank you. 12.6. Infraction of any part of the law shall lead to penalty in accordance with Article 30.9. Okay. I think it's clear.
Oh.
The number? No, but I will change it. 12.7. Persistent refusal by a player to comply with the law of chess shall be penalized by loss of the game. The arbiter shall decide to score the opponent. Again, however, it's 6.9. Okay? 12.8. If both players are found guilty according to Article 12.8, the game shall be declared lost by both players. It means the result of the game is 0-0. Mr. Brown.
Okay, 12.8. You're sure the 12.8?
Yes.
The number is wrong.
This is true.
12.7. Where's that?
It will be 7 in a few minutes. Don't worry.
Just a
okay.
question.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense to bunch those two together as one?
Excuse me?
I mean, the ones that are numbered, at least in my paper, 12.8 and 12.9, I think.
Yeah.
12.7 and 12.8, have them as one article together to avoid the reference.
Yes.
This is quite strong. I don't know if I would agree with that because it's sequential and
I just thought they were so closely connected. So
they are closely connected, but first of all, one person is doing something wrong, and then both people are doing something wrong. So, although connected, they are different.
No, I have no problem with it as it is.
Yeah, so I don't think I agree.
Yeah, the only point is 12.7 is mentioned the arbiter shall decide the score of the opponent. Then I missed this.
Where?
12.7. Okay, the new 12.7. The arbiter shall decide the score of the opponent, and in this case, the arbiter shall declare the game lost for both players.
Yeah.
That's clear.
Okay, all right. You lost me. Tell me you know what you're doing now.
12.10. Unless the rules of the competition specify otherwise, a player may appeal against any decision of the arbiter, even if he has signed the score sheet. See Article 8.8, it is written that after the game, the players have to sign the score. The result stands even if it is incorrect written. This is, by the way, not a new one.
Yes, that is
even, yeah. Even if he has signed the score sheet, this is new. This is new. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's dangerous because at the moment for me it's very clear that usually if both player signs it's 1-0 and but white lost, it's 1-0 if not the arbiter decides otherwise. But if you have two different articles, 8.8 and 12.10, it's more complicated to understand what's the meaning of this. I think it's better to delete again this, even if he has signed.
But by the way, in 8.8 is also written unless the arbiter decides otherwise.
I mentioned it. I think it's enough. If you have this Article 2, you don't know now what is the rule. Is it valid the result or is it not?
Yes, so my game is temporarily finished. I have lost the game, say. Okay? Because of a decision you made. Okay? But I won't sign the score sheet because then I forfeit my right to make an appeal.
Yeah.
That's the situation that you want to continue. Is that right?
Yes, but then it's enough to say player may appeal. Full stop. That's enough.
Not once you, if you've signed the score sheet.
The player may appeal. You always may appeal.
No.
Yes.
No, not currently. That's why it's a change in the law.
He may appeal. No, it is not written in it is not written in any place that you cannot appeal when you sign the score sheet. It's not written. Where is it written? Show me.
No, it's not. The people have ruled that you can't. You have. It is not written. I know, but you ruled.
I changed my opinion.
Yes, but you made. Yes, but you made the decision. And if somebody who's very good, you know, the best person about the rules makes a decision because of what the rules say, and then he changes his mind, that isn't what the rule should say.
Igor.
Already wrote.
Better to give Andre the first. He said what you like to say. Andre.
Okay. Well, I think it is very, I agree with Klaus. It is very dangerous to put such an article here because, for instance, if an illegal move was played, let's say in this, after 30 moves of any side, so then both sign the result is 1001, doesn't matter which one, and now there is a responsibility of players, doesn't matter how old they are, they both sign the score sheet, they agree with the results, and nothing to say anymore.
I think illegal move is a best example because it is written if during the game it is found a legal move was made.
Yes.
Then you can protect.
But after the game, but this article allows you after the game to play.
No. The only case I can refer to is probably
wrong score.
No. Wait. A player was checkmated, and they didn't see it, and they continued the game.
Yes, but this is not. This is clearly written in the when the mate is in the proper. You know, it is end of the game.
Exactly.
And it is nothing to say. They can play any move they wish, but the mate is valid. Stalemate is valid.
In that case, even when the score sheets are signed, the result can be changed.
We can use the other article stated this last one to claim the mate during the game, but it allows to use the for other situations.
For instance,
like illegal move play in the game, like many other situations.
No.
The most likely
is something happened in the game, you know.
No. The most likely one, I think, would be something like you were talking over there with another player, I'm going to forfeit you. Okay, so the score sheet is 1-0, and then you ask the players to sign the score sheet.
But players can refuse.
No, that's the problem. Where does it say the players can refuse?
Players can refuse to sign.
Where does it say so?
This is typical. This is always.
No, it isn't.
It's always possible to refuse to play to sign the scores.
Where does it say it?
No, doesn't matter. It's not necessary. It is obvious for everybody.
No,
Players
not
refuse
obvious
to sign
for
scores
us.
It is not
because
obvious.
they wish to appeal.
It is not obvious, but it is a kind of practice. Players are afraid when they sign the score sheet, they cannot appeal. This is the point.
This is point. Yes.
This is the point, and this is the reason why they like to refuse. Igor.
When I was arbiter, chief arbiter, it was 10 years ago, because now I excluded, I even insist that both score sheets should be signed. Only after that you could appeal, because it's clear for me against what you appeal. That's one thing. Second argument, that if you have a rule that, and it's a rule not for players, but it's very kind practice or very bad practice for bad arbiters. They are lazy, and they put there from the bottom to the upside. Oh, you see 2 signatures, no appeal. It's just to protect players. And the third, you have time to appeal. Let's say 1 hour. Within 1 hour, you can find some evidence that that was cheating, that there was help outside, or even computer using. With this short time, half an hour or 1 hour, you can appeal in spite of somebody signed move or not signed discussion.
Sure.
Two things. One, there is a requirement that players must sign the score sheet at the end of the game. 8.8 clearly states that. But secondly, this rule is actually very narrow. It says you can only appeal against decisions of the arbiter. So if there is an irregularity in the game, you still have no right to appeal. Right? It's only if the arbiter makes a decision which you disagree with can you appeal. Under all other circumstances, there appears to be no right of appeal included in this law.
Mr. Boyd?
Yeah, always rejoins what Sean said. Yeah, is that if you refuse to, right now, if you refuse to sign